morning, everybody. Happy VLOGMAS. So I'm home again today and figured before I start all of my Christmas baking and miscellaneous activities today that I would do a quick video to follow up the conversation that we had last week related to setting a goal for 2021. So today I wanted to talk about accountability, and I think that accountability is probably the thing that helps me the most. And as I've listened to some other podcasts and talked to other people about this, that I really think helps other people meet their goal as well. Because we all know we set our New Year's Eve resolutions, or New Year's resolutions, excuse me, and then so many of them fall apart over the course of the year, and that could be very well because we don't have somebody that we're talking to and following up with, or that are sharing in the experience with us. So I wanted to kind of relate this to something else that is a passion in my life, or has become a passion in 2020, and that is orchid growing. I just don't know exactly how this, actually I know exactly how this came about. It's 2020, we're all home and we're working on different things around our house, and I love plants. I love plants. I have the blackest of thumbs though. So I had started with an interest in succulents because I know that they need a lot less attention. They're likely to survive if I ignore them for a week or two. Mother Nature, God takes care of watering most of them. So that's not really, that was a pretty easy thing for me to have around, to have some live plants that I haven't killed. Well, my friend Judy actually loves orchids, and she bought a bunch of us at work plants last year for Christmas. And as we spent a lot of time together because we worked together and everything. We spent a lot of time together during all the craziness of 2020, and she started showing me her orchids and saying, "You should grow orchids," and saw my house and saw the lanai and said, "Oh, this is perfect for growing orchids." And I went, "Okay, sure, I'll try it." So I picked up a couple of $5 orchids. One day we went to a little place, and that was a lot of fun. Well, it's now grown into this weird passion. Judy and I both enjoy orchids. We both enjoy very different orchids though sometimes. And these things require all kinds of different attention. I'm going to tell you, some of them need watering every day. Some of them want a good soaking, and then you got to wait till they dry. I mean, really, it's nuts. And way more work than I ever expected to be trying to do with plants. But here I am growing orchids, and purchased a whole slew of them over the course of the year. And now I'm just trying to keep them alive and keep them making and blooming these gorgeous blooms. Some of them smell amazing. So now Judy has a completely different set of orchids in a different growing environment and things like that. So we have a common interest, even though we have slightly different goals related to our orchid process. We both are trying to keep them alive. So she's much better at it, knows way more about it than I do. But the same thing applies to a physical goal. You want to find somebody who has a common interest with you, and then will help you move towards that goal. And our group that gets together every Sunday and does our long runs, if you've watched any of these vlogs, you know that we all have different goals. And sometimes they're the same. Sometimes we're going to the same race. Some people have trained together for the Chicago Marathon or the New York Marathon. Sometimes we're going to go and we're going to do a race weekend, and there are some of us who will do all of the races, or some who just do a couple of them, different various layers or various choices of challenges. But we have a common interest. And what grows out of that is living life together. So a few of us run together. We have a group that runs together on Wednesdays as well. I think you guys have seen some of those things, our tribe that gets together. And then, some of us live together around the same neighborhood. So we'll, on certain mornings, if we know that we're available, we'll go out and we'll go for a run in the area together. Or if somebody's got a funky challenge, we'll just get together and go, or pick a day. I mean, really, we live life together. We've survived 2020 together. And they all help with accountability. And the great thing about our particular group, one of the things that I am a huge fan of, is the fact that we all help each other get to our goal, but we don't judge each other and we don't compare each other. And I love that. And sometimes, you know, you get in your head and you're like, oh, so-and-so is running faster than me. We just did a 5K and they finished a full minute before me, or whatever it is. And you get in your head about that. But nobody is putting that on me. If that's anything that's coming in my head and I can self-talk myself out of it, or it pushes me to work a little bit harder. And that is something that happens even though there's no judgment or anything along those lines. You know, you'll have a comment like, you know, Susan saying, yeah, you should run a marathon. Yeah, I have no interest in running a marathon. Next thing you know, I'm running a marathon. And, you know, it just kind of plants the seed in your head and it helps stretch you. And then those people are there to help you meet that goal. And it's so awesome. I just really can't tell you how amazing it is to have a person or a group of people who are there to help you and support you in making that goal. So look around. When we started, when my husband and I moved to this area, we didn't know anybody. We happened to be at a restaurant that we looked on the menu and we noticed that there was a group of running people that met on Wednesdays. And we decided, okay, well, we'll come. We're not really big runners, but let's meet some people. And really, it's grown into just these amazing friendships. And there still are people who walk in that group. There are people who run, and all varying interests, people who are triathletes, so on and so forth. Most areas have something like that. You can find a group. Somebody's got a running group somewhere. You can post out on Facebook, hey, does anybody know a group of people who run? You could Google it. You can look it up. Look on Facebook. Look to see if your area has a group of people that gets together to do the thing that you like to do, and then get involved. Sometimes it takes a little step, or if you know somebody who you think might be interested, ask them to join you. And you can create your own group. Sometimes that's what you have to do as well. But once you get together, it's really what will push you. Last Sunday, I had done the miles I really needed to do on Saturday. I didn't have any major interest in going for the run on Sunday. I was like, I could sleep in. I could have a day, you know, take a day off and just hang out with my family. Well, everybody was getting together. And they were going somewhere different. And there were people I hadn't seen in a while. And so I said, all right, well, I'm just going to get up. I'm going to go. And I had a wonderful run, had a great visit with some people. And then we went to breakfast afterwards. And, you know, that just grows into other things that are going on. So I'm just going to say, again, find somebody who has a common interest and can help you meet that 2021 goal. Please, if you have something, we want to share that with you. We want to encourage you. We want to be able to be a part of that. So feel free to comment below, and we will help support you in any way that we can. I hope you all have a wonderful running week, and we'll talk to you soon.